There we go. All right. I was coming up with some new notes or features or something like that. As soon as I hit start to live this video, YouTube notified me of some new features and stuff like that, and so I hit the wrong button. I don't know if it glitched out. So, anyways, guys, good morning. Good morning. What's going on? Oh man, yeah. I'll just share. There's nobody in this live right now, but I'm just gonna kind of talk, and then as you guys come in, and you guys are more than welcome to ask any questions. As it says, ask me anything, and I'm just gonna kind of talk as you guys come in, and if you guys come in, just don't forget to please thumbs up and feel free to comment. Just say hey. At least I know you're there. If you have any questions, ask me anything. It's totally fine. All right, so um, I'm going to share with you a little bit. So I've had a couple injuries recently, and what I noticed for myself, I can only speak for myself really, but for anybody, I would think I'm physically active on a regular basis, on a daily basis. I have to do some sort of physical activity. So with that said, with me being with me running or hiking and going to the gym on a daily basis, I have to. It's very much part of my mental health. It's very much part of my. It's my therapy. I have to do it. It's not something like sometimes I don't even want to. And I was like, I know I have to get out there and look at the sun. I know I have to get out and smell and fresh air, like simple things like that. I'm just grateful for. I'm super grateful for it. Sometimes I'm so tired, as you age, but for someone like myself, and I guess I could speak for many people, you don't have to go through death or trauma, but I did, and I am an immense amount of gratitude for life. And so I do it for my mental health because I know it keeps me grounded and centered. With that said, I had a couple injuries, and what I noticed is that the injuries, I kept going to the hospital, and just the whole idea of going into the hospital can weigh on you psychologically, knowing that you're going there and you need someone's help and you can't function as a normal human being, or you don't know what's going on. So it can weigh on you, and the the best thing to realize or recognize from this is that I allowed the the frustration of being injured to connect with the internal pain that I live with, and I I think I can speak for all of us. I think we all have some type of um, pain that we live with. We learn how to manage it better than others, from missing our children, or trauma, or depression, or separation, or divorce. And when when you allow, or I myself, I think I can speak for most people, but when we allow our our pain from the inside that we live with, that we're doing okay, we're managing on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly basis, we're doing okay with, but we do live with this pain, and we allow something from the outside, like a physical injury or some type of issue going on the outside, to attach to it, and the external attaches with the internal, and it grows in strength, and it can actually overtake your mind, right? So once that happens, I guess I can speak for myself, but for many also, once that happens, you almost are now fighting two entities as one human being. You're still flesh. You're still, you still are human, but you completely connected with your internal soul, and are you fully enlightened from within? So if you're not, and you don't have the tools and the knowledge, or haven't done the practice of actually going inside of yourself and strengthening your mind internally, you can easily allow it to set you back. What I did for myself is I'm vulnerable, and I'll say to you that these injuries took a huge toll on me mentally. And I noticed it as in my thought process, on my daily thought processes. I would wake up in the morning and the first thing I'm feeling is pain. And then I would quickly roll into my mind of the pain that I suffered from the past, my my depression and my heart attack, and the moments of me going in and out of consciousness. And and I noticed that I started to attach it's the first movements were physical, was the external, and then the second was the thoughts, and the thoughts of, as I move around my day, go to the bathroom, go to the kitchen, and move around. And I was already starting my day with two entities attacking me, my spirit, attacking my soul, attacking my mind, my strength as a man. And I started to notice that quickly, because I've done a lot of work within myself. I've noticed that quickly. I would say it was like almost a week, because I was doing a doctor, then a day passed, then a doctor's office, then a day passed, and I was in the hospital. And it was like 3 different visits, and it was taking a huge toll on me. That whole week, my mind was just I was being chopped down and chopped down and chopped down, and I feel as though it was winning and I was losing. And so you have to, what did I do to reset? I want to share that with you. What do I do to reset? Everybody's different. So everybody is different. Everybody is different. And I think it took me a long time. I think in the past I would go through a lot of crying and a lot of sitting there and soaking and trying to, like, prayer, meditation, and I was doing all this stuff, right? And this time it just gets easier, guys. It gets easier in time. And when you have to realize that you have to walk in this world, and the energy that you have deep in the center of all your chakras, deep in the center of your heart, has to be pure right here. You have to look deep inside. We can't look at a video or a picture of our family or an ex and get some type of motivation. For example, I know my ex would like, she would get upset, or even myself in the past. Let's put me first. I did this. In the past, I would actually look at like an ex that did me wrong, and be like, you know what, I'm better than that. And I was trying to validate my confidence and my internal strength through disliking someone else. So I was actually aiding my internal strength on the downfall of someone else. So that's wrong. That's toxic. We can't look at them like that. You have to, the only way to elevate your frequency, the only way to elevate into a source of being and be a stronger man, confident, integrity, peace in your heart, and know that you're a warrior when you need to flip that switch and when it's time. There's a way about you that has to be, it has nothing to do with the external. It has everything to do with internal. And the external will follow. The energy will follow you. You have to truly, truly be at peace. You have to actually see an enemy or someone that did you wrong and see them in a bright, bright light. You have to you don't have to project good positivity to them if you don't want to. You can if you want to. You don't have to. But you just can't absorb negativity and allow it to internalize you and come inside. You can't do that. You can't. That's not the essence of man. That's not the essence of a human being, or how you strengthen yourself. The strength that you build from inside is going to be the strength, the wisdom and strength that you build as a confident man or woman, has everything to do with the mind, okay? and your feelings, how you actually feel in your thought process. And it has nothing to do with the external. I'm going to be better because of this. This happened to me, or this person did me wrong, but I'm okay. We cannot validate our internal strength by outwardly projecting the stepping on of someone else. It's just not going to work that way. That is, you're only continuously bringing weakness within you. That's weakness. You cannot do that. Again, I want you guys to ask any, so where did you end up driving to yesterday, and how are you feeling health-wise, bro? Hey, thank you so much for commenting. I appreciate it. Again, ask me any questions. I ended up driving to Monterey. I shared the video up on, I went to Monterey and I walked around some area. Kind of like I've been to that area before, but I just kind of went a little bit of a different route. And it was really pretty. It was nice. I almost got kicked out because I was there a little late by myself. There was really nobody there. People, it's like past dinner time. And so it was really beautiful. It was Monterey, Point Lobos in Monterey, California. Drove out there just to have a nice drive by myself and just be by myself. The whole way through, I just meditated. The whole drive through, I just meditated. Every thought meant the world to me. How I'm feeling health-wise, I'm actually sitting in front of the physical therapist's office right now. Health-wise, I'm better. I'm feeling good. I'm good, and I'm gonna be better, and I'm gonna be stronger. I'm gonna be okay. As soon as I have to do a lot of work physically to gain this much, gain this much, right? As far as my physical and mental strength. And as soon as something hits that, I'm like, set back all the way over here, and I have to work all the way back. So as soon as something hits that, I don't really know. There's kind of a lot of factors that go into it, but it's basically I'm sensitive to, I'm sensitive to pain, and it just takes a lot of work inside of me. I mean, I'm a strong, confident young man, or old man now, but I just kind of feel like I enjoy the process. To be honest with you, I enjoy the process of recovering. I don't know, maybe it's my name, Rocky, but I just enjoy the process of the journey of climbing. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I wanted to get on this video and just have you guys ask me anything. I'm going to be on here for another 15 more minutes or so, maybe longer, but I want you guys to ask me anything. I know a lot of you have found me on what are your thoughts of the Tates? Oh, yes. What are my thoughts of the Tates? Very good question. I think they mean well. I think they mean well, 100%. They're good guys, and I feel as though their message comes off. They mean well, and I like them. I feel as though their message comes off a little different, but it needs to be the way they project it, because we live in a society where we have a generation of this generation that we're living in is the result of the beginnings of weakening the world, weakening us. See, this started last generation, and now we're living in the results of the weakening of man and family. And that's what we're at right now. And they recognized it, and they're like going straight for the jugular. Boom. They go straight to the heart of men and like, stop being a bitch. You got to fucking, you got to suck it up, and you got to. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. Do you agree? Facts. Yeah, man. And we do need the message from them. We do need men like that. It's an absolute necessity. We don't have time to be grooming guys and hand holding them and this and that. That's not the warrior you want at the front line when the shit fucking hits the fire, guys. You need a fucking man that's without thought is ready to lay down his fucking life. And I really, really, really feel that way. And I felt like that about my family. You know, when you have a family, you want to protect your child and your wife, the woman that you love. 100%. You got to and protect yourself, of course. You got to feel that way, and we can't groom and handhold these guys up to the front of the line of life and be like, oh, okay, you know, everything's gonna be okay. And it's really not. They're really hitting it straight to the core, and it's absolutely necessary. Their message is coming off in a way that people are not. They're like, oh. It's almost like the offended generation, right? I'm offended because you're offended. I'm offended because of this. I'm offended because of your hair. I'm offended because of your skin. I'm offended because who gives a fuck? Like, you know, like there's all this sensitivity. But again, guys, this is the result. We're living in the result of the what happened the generation before us. And how did it start? It started with birth control, giving women the power and freedom of sex and choice, and look at the results of what they did to it. Again, I love women. I love men. I'm not bisexual. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying I love human beings. I love people, and I respect each of them equally. But women are, unfortunately, they failed in an area that has affected the next generation and beyond. They failed in an area. They're not completely failures. I love women. We need them. We have mothers. We have daughters, and we want them to. We want them to, you know, to be. We want them to be great. We want them to succeed in life. We want them to be champions. We want women to succeed and win. I personally, I guess I can speak for myself. I want women to be champions for other women and men. You know, there's women that look up to great men. And I want men to look up to great women. But women have and I would say about 50% of these women, it's not their fault. Let me even side with them for a second. We have the court system that has groomed their mind, that has manipulated their mind in believing that it's okay what they're doing, and the legal system, and it's not. You're destroying a generation. You have no idea the long-term effects that you're creating by the decisions that you're allowed freely to make, legally to make, and destroying children, your grandchildren, and future generations to come. And then you have this system set up. You have other targeted systems, all the micro systems set up to assist in areas where we can freely say that, you know, imprison a man. You know, and it's done right at the hands, right at the front line of the legal system. I remember, I'll tell you the story. I had a young lady who I was dating. We had dated we were boyfriend and girlfriend. We're going on maybe 2+ years, almost 2 years, 2+ years. And she had told the police, someone else called the police. We were arguing, and her neighbor called the police. We were arguing in front of her house, and the whole time I'm trying to calm her down because I'm like embarrassed. Like, this is embarrassing. I'm trying to calm her down, and she just loves the elevated anxiety and anger outburst. Let everybody know that we are arguing, right? Typical, right? And I'm like, calm down. This is embarrassing. We don't need to be fighting like this. Like, let's talk. Like, let's talk like normal human beings for a second. Can we do that? and then let's see. And then once we once that happened, the cops came, and then she said, he hit me, and I clearly didn't hit her. I clearly, and instantly, they grabbed me like I was, like they were gonna go into war, like a fight. I mean, they grabbed every single limb of me, three of them, and I'm like, what? Instantly, I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, like what the hell? Like I'm talking or arguing, my mouth is working here with this person, and suddenly I'm being rambled by three officers and handcuffed and stuff. And I was like, I never touched, I never. And then it took the neighbor to finally come out, who called and actually had some guilt in their, had some sense of guilt. Thank God it was a woman. Who knows how that could have gone, if she had flipped on me too. And she said, he didn't do anything. They just argued. There's no fighting. Like he didn't do anything. And then they let me go. But instantly, that's what I'm talking about. We have these other smaller systems designed that the woman can just instantly say in her mouth, and by the words of "he hit me," within that 5-second frame, he hit me, and boom, lives are changed and transformed, and freedom is taken, and it's just boom. And it's unfortunate. That has happened to me, and that has happened to many, many, many men. Millions, I'm sure millions. And half of those, let's say it's 1 million, half of them have actually gone to jail for nothing they've done. And the other half, thank God, like me, have been released or let go because they realized, whoops, we're making a mistake. Thank goodness those cops had some sense and understanding that, wait a minute, he's just standing here talking. He's not actually a violent human being. I'm trying to talk. The whole time I'm trying to calm this person down. It's crazy. So anyways, that's to answer your question. There was another question in here, and I want to see. Unfortunately, the court system automatically sides with women. In most cases, it's wrong. Oh, automatically. Squib, brother, what's up? I love you. Hope you're doing good. Man, I hope you're still working out. What app are you using for your runs or your hikes and stuff like that? Are you using that app? Is it working out for you? Yeah, so I just basically, I think I'm going to, let's see. I got 10 more minutes on here, guys. Doing good, man. Glad to see you're healthy. Yes. It's always a work in progress, and it's always, I was talking earlier, if you watched the video earlier and you go on there, basically was talking about it being, two entities that will attack you, right? It feels like I'm living in a different reality since divorce and child court happened. I have a single life I never wanted from being family man. I only see my 3 and 6-year-olds every other weekend. Brad's have, thank you for sharing. That's yeah, that's, I remember that feeling. I 100% remember that feeling. It was definitely something to remember. It's numbing. It's mentally numbing in your mind, and it hits you every second, every breath. And I want you to know, brother, that this is a moment of time, and it is not your life, and it is not your everyday. It is not going to be the rest of your life. This is a moment of time. There are other moments ahead in life. You know you will laugh again. You know you will feel love in your heart again. You will not be living in the space of pain and suffering from missing your child. That's not what life is. This is a moment of time of hurt. This is a moment of time. And when you realize, you really, really got to attach yourself to this. Attach yourself to the pain. This is something I've learned from a monk in China, near a city outskirts of Guangzhou province in China. And you have to fully embrace the pain for what it is. See it. Accept it. Know that this is hurting me. This. This is the pain that I suffer. This is what kills me inside. And then that is not my life. That is not my life. My life is breathing. My life is moving, laughter, getting up, working, communicating, talking, living. And you have to put this entity and separate it from you as a separate entity and put it down and away from you. I love you so much, guys. I love you. I'm really, really sorry that you're feeling and experiencing this. I'm actually at the doctor's office right now. I'm gonna go live again tomorrow morning. I want to try to do lives like a lot. I want you to comment down below once you finish watching this video, and I want you to please tell me. Sorry, my doctor's actually looking at me over there. They're actually opening the office, and he's like looking at me like, "Is that my patient?" And I want you to comment down below when you finish watching this movie or video, the best time that's best for going live with you guys. And are you Pacific? Because I'm in California. So what would be the best time for you to go for me to go live? I want to do a lot more lives coming up. I love you guys. Take care. I will talk to you soon. All right. Bye-bye. Peace. Peace, brother. Love you, man. Stay strong, guys. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you.